What would you say is the biggest mantra for survival in a city like that?
No one else can help you if you don't believe that you've got something.
That's the
right?
most important.
That's the most important thing. And self-belief is, even in the entertainment industry, I think realism with yourself is above everything. BrownSkin Beauty was the sole reason I started that brand because one, nobody ever said brown and beautiful in the same sentence. They say it all over the world.
Right.
Like, oh, I want to get a tan, I want to be brown, it's so beautiful. And here, it's like, oh, don't do that.
Right.
Stay out of the sun. You know, you can't. This will happen, that will happen. No, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie.
Such a new space for you. Is it tough? Is it profitable? Are you happy the way it's shaping up?
So I take it as a learning for me to realize that, you know what, there are all kinds of people in the world and it's okay because I did a deal with somebody else and I did a collection that sold out and it's okay.
Have you figured out social media? Are you enjoying it? Are you using it just for work? Where are you?
I am very grateful to social media in so many ways, but I believe it's a love-hate relationship that will remain like this till the end of time.
Right.
Hi, I'm Anusha Dandekar and you are watching my interview on Bollywood Hungama with Rohit.
Thank you. Anusha, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
You know, we've been watching you for a long time. What I wanted to ask you is that this is also going to help a lot of young people who watch this, especially young girls who come to this city with dreams and hopes. What would you say is the biggest mantra for survival in a city like that?
Wow, that's a loaded question. Let's get right into it. Actually, I'm going to put it two ways.
Okay.
And I'm going to try not to be very Miss Universe about the answer. I'm going to try and be as real as I can.
Yes, please.
If you don't come with self-belief, then there's nothing that will do anything for you. No one else can help you if you don't believe that you've got something.
That's the most important.
That's the most important thing. And self-belief is above everything else. And also not delusional self-belief.
Okay.
You have to be realistic with yourself. It's like me today, I want to be a doctor. Realistically, if I look at it, no, I don't have the study bandwidth or the temperament or even the attention span, right? Okay, so I realistically know that even if I would love to help save lives that way, I couldn't do it, right? So I'll be realistic with myself. So even in the entertainment industry, I think realism with yourself is above everything. And then self-belief. So they come hand in hand, right? And then after that, along with a lot of passion, thick skin.
Wow, that is super important.
Okay, and I'll tell you why. I don't think anybody realizes this, but people go for job interviews, they get a job and they probably stay there for 20 years, you know, and then they go on their pension and it's all like a plan that's written out for them. And just at the beginning, after college, when they go for those interviews, it's really kind of grueling. Oh my God, you know, the rejection is real and all of that. Please understand that in this industry, our interviews never end. And I'm not just talking about this kind of interview. Right? So rejection is predominant throughout.
Okay.
And maybe they're not telling you to your face, but they're telling your managers, they're telling other people, oh, you know, she doesn't suit this, oh, her body doesn't suit this, her accent is like this, her height is like this, her hair is like this, oh, we don't think she's very talented, or she doesn't have this, or whatever. It's constant rejection. So the thick skin is by all means necessary, not just for the rejection, because please don't take it as that. It's okay, you'll fit into something else, but also social media and every single person judging you after that. So when you think you've done something great and then 10,000 people come and have their own opinions about you, another thick skin is built. So I think thick skin, integrity, obviously, and all of those layers, there's so many of them. It's not just, hey, let's go and follow our dreams. And it's all glamorous and wonderful, because it can be. And I'll say in another sense, Rohit, I was in an MTV bubble. So for me, it was wonderful, because I was employed, I was great at what I did, and I was enjoying myself every step of the way. So I'm not going to say that I felt the struggle in that sense. But I do realize that the thick skin and the passion was completely necessary to sustain and maintain myself for 20 years on one channel.
Yeah,
right?
that's amazing.
Because you have to reinvent.
Yeah.
You have to give the audience what they want. If you think it's about you, it's really not. It's about your audience. It's about what they want and what they want to see and the realism about it. VJing, you can't be somebody else. You have to be you,
yourself,
right? And so that's also judged and whatever, criticized and broken into pieces. But to stay relevant also, because now you had one generation watching you, and then suddenly now it's a new one.
Right, yeah.
And now you're talking to a whole new breed of people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh God, switch.
Right.
You know, and then social media opened, which was a saving grace for all of us because it elongated our careers, it extended that.
Okay.
And then suddenly it became a whole new generation of people. And now it's like, you know, they're using abbreviations and this and that. So you've kind of continued your journey, but how do you sustain? So all of these things, reinvention, all of these words that I could give you is the way to come into this industry.
Wow.
Be open for reinvention, for change, sustainability, be real with yourself. Please don't be delusional, stay passionate, but most of all have thick skin.
Amazing. This is definitely going to be very helpful to a lot of people. You know, from your MTV days, there was not much social media. There was hardly any social media then. Do you see this time as easier for them, or this time is even more difficult because you're being judged and you have to post and you have to be in the game? The likes, the views don't end.
So like I said, when we became VJs and I did it for 20 years, I could only be myself. That's the only way you could keep your job, right? Now we have loads of reality shows. Everybody knows where the camera is. Everybody knows when to fight because the camera's coming. I will stand by MTV all the time for starting reality television. They did a fantastic job. They brought in a different culture.
Right.
I also love that we were not scripted. And I know everybody's like, you must be scripted. Listen, we shoot 15 hours. Imagine Rohit giving us scripts and saying, okay, now this person will come here. You say, I mean, we cannot.
We can't do that.
Did we take away their phones? Did we take away communication with the outside world? Put very different individuals together, stuck together for a month? Obviously, there's going to be drama. We're not stupid to not cast that way. But did they come with their own knowings already? Yeah, sometimes, because I'd never done reality. I'd done Supermodel of the Year and India's Next Top Model. It's very PG compared to the rest of it where they start abusing. And so for the first season, I was just like, oh my God, they're really angry with each other. Then I started catching on. They know where the cameras are. They know when to fight and all of that. So they're really in tune of what's going to make them famous. But you know what the obsession was? You won't believe this.
Okay.
I was like, okay, what do you want to do in your future? I want to get a blue tick.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, wait, is that what you're working hard for?
Yeah.
And that was the mission,
right.
the blue tick.
Yeah.
And so the drama and everything that came, and respect. Hey, listen, you're doing what you need to do, but I can't believe it's just for the blue tick. And so I realized that, yeah, social media completely changed the way people think. I mean, we had to, you know,
adapt
change
and,
our ways and wrap our heads around it and all of that. But now it became, what image do I want to put out there? And then there's Photoshop.
Yeah.
Then there's like,
all
does
these
anybody,
apps,
all these apps. And does anyone recognize themselves anymore? I heard people like, oh, I saw her or him online, and when they came in front of me, they didn't even look like themselves.
Apparently all day.
Yeah. So then I realized, God, people are now even catfishing themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody even, forget realness, like how we had to be ourselves.
Right.
I don't know that anybody even wants to be themselves anymore. And that started becoming scary.
Right.
Like really, really scary. You know, and this cookie cutter idea of beauty, whether it was the Kardashians setting a trend. Hey, I have mad respect for the Kardashians. You have built what you've built on your own form of celebrity and talent and just their standards of beauty. But what happened is it trickled down.
Everybody wants to exactly look that mold.
Look like that cookie cutter thing. And in our country, we had one narrative of beauty, fair and lovely. And I was tired of it. I had contestants coming in crying their eyes out saying, I was bullied because of my skin color in college, in my family. I was told I wouldn't get married, I wouldn't be able to date, I wouldn't get a job. And that is because they looked at the advertising that was telling them that that's what was going to happen.
Beautiful.
And imagine our entire beauty industry was only literally advertising to maybe 0.1 or 5% of our entire population,
Right.
but we're not Caucasians.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
Even if you're fair, you're still a layer of brown,
Right.
you know? And I don't understand why the word brown was so bad, you know? So this was going on, and I've been watching the journey of the beauty industry, the entertainment industry.
Is that one of the reasons you got into it?
Yes. BrownSkin Beauty was the sole reason I started that brand because, one, nobody ever said brown and beautiful in the same sentence. They say it all over the world.
Right.
Like, oh, I want to get a tan, I want to be brown, it's so beautiful. And here, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Right.
Stay out of the sun. You know, you can't. This will happen, that will happen. No, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Right.
You know.
So what did you get into that for, and what do you want to get out of it?
So when I started BrownSkin Beauty, it was actually the lockdown.
Okay.
The dreaded lockdown. The words only, Alexa. Oh God, what? Remember that? 2020. I guess the positives I took out of it was that I had time.
Okay.
I really did. And how am I going to make use of this time? I wanted to build a skin brand, and I had no time. So now I do. Let's do this, right? So I was in LA. I had escaped over there, and I started creating, you know, what kind of messaging I wanted to do, what kind of brand I wanted to do. And the first thing, Rohit, no joke, the name came to me, BrownSkin Beauty.
Wow.
That was it. It was like
As it is,
literally just rolled off the tongue. And I was like, that's what and then the tagline was, whatever you're brown, it's beautiful.
Nice.
Because nobody would say it,
it
you know?
right.
And then all of my journey, flashbacks of, I have seen girls crying and just exhausted with not being included in a society where, can we see all of us? We're all a shade of brown. It's ridiculous that we are racist towards each other.
Towards us,
We cannot do this anymore. We have been overruled and taken over so many times. Why are we doing this to ourselves now, to each other? So built the brand. We started off with 4 products.
Okay.
Aloe vera really helped me.
Okay.
You have to understand brown skin has a lot of their own issues. We have melasma, hyperpigmentation, and I have all of them. You know, we have acne-prone skin, but we have melanin, which is a really good thing. We age much slower, which is why when we go abroad, everyone will think we're much younger. And we're like, it's the melanin.
So 4 products.
Yes, so 4 products. They had aloe vera in it, which is the staple plant that I was using for my skin.
Okay.
And then I wanted to put it in the brand. And vitamin C, if used correctly, can really help our pigmentation and things. Started with that, and then we came out with a Play-Doh mask, which was just red algae, really good and refreshing, takes out the pollution, because, you know, we suffer from that. And so, yeah, we started with that, and then we moved to now 16 products.
Wow.
We have the best sunscreen in the world.
Wow, wow, that is good
But
to
it's
know.
been just such a great journey. No white cast.
Okay.
You know the sunscreen where you
Yeah, it
apply and
leaves
you're
the
trying to
white,
rub it and rub it, and it's like, oh my God, this is not
Good
for my
to know
skin.
that, right?
Yep, you just put mine on and it'll just blend. I have it on right now.
Amazing. Such a new space for you. Is it tough? Is it profitable? Are you happy the way it's shaping up? Is it too new?
I mean, was it tough? Yeah. You have to understand I'm from an entertainment industry.
Exactly,
Does
yeah.
anybody really take me seriously? In the business world, I mean. You know? So I'm not going to lie. This is a true story. No one would talk to me at the beginning. I have a male partner. And it was really weird. Like, I was on the call, and I'm like, hey, I'm here, I have all the ideas, I created this.
That is really sad.
And it was just, I don't think they intentionally did it. I'm not going to excuse it for it. I'm not going to make it dramatic.
Right?
I think so. But I will say this. Once they heard me, then it was, oh, like, yeah, Anusha, what else? What else? What else? You know, we love your passion. We love. So I think it was maybe, okay, maybe she's just the face of it.
Right.
But they didn't realize that I'd actually come up with the whole creatives of, So I think that was a little frustrating. I'd tell my dad, like, oh, I'm sitting on the call. Why aren't they talking to me? And then I realized, no, you've just got to make yourself heard.
Okay.
You know, don't cry about it. Don't just show them what you've got.
Right.
You know, I will share this story. Once when I had started dabbling into business, I had this underwear line that I was really excited about.
Okay.
And I had presented it to this, you know, this guy, and he was a big business guy, whatever.
Okay.
And I had done all my research. all my numbers, everything, and I was with the team and I presented it all by myself. And do you know what he said after it? He said, "Oh, you're not just a pretty face." And so I was like,
yeah, that is extremely rude.
no, and you know what? I was like, okay, I could take this both way, either way. So I'm going to say, no, I'm not. I'm really intelligent. And I picked my stuff up and I said, but we're probably not the right fit. And you know what? Again, don't take it as an offense. I take it as a learning for me to realize that, you know what? There are all kinds of people in the world. And it's okay because I did a deal with somebody else and I did a collection that sold out and it's okay, you know? So it was kind of like a blessing in that way. And I learned to be thick skin again.
Yeah, that's amazing that you didn't. And you know, but do you see this casual approach of just talking and saying something like that could be actually so offensive? But do you think we're changing, at least going in the right direction? Do you think the more younger people are coming in the business, they know what to say at least?
Yeah. So look, I don't think my approach was casual. I think it's all about choosing battles. Right? I can sit there and argue and be like, what the hell and whatever.
What do you mean?
But is he worth it to me?
Yeah. You pick your battles.
I want to choose my battles. Are you worth fighting for? Do I even want to partner with somebody that says that to me?
Correct.
Absolutely not. I think the generation today is amazing at vocalizing and saying, but are we fighting for the right things all the time? Do we need to be in that mindset that everything is going to drive us crazy? Are we overtly sensitive to everything right now? Listen, he's way older than me. His conditioning is way different. Do I need to work with you? Do you realize that you missed out on something? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I'm not there to teach you. You missed out, that's okay. I'll move on and do something better, right? But I think choosing battles is super important. Like I know on sets, I fought for my team and my this, and that's right. Because if somebody's not being treated good, please fight for them, right? If I'm being insulted on social media, sometimes I will kick back when it comes to BrownSkin Beauty. I will kick back because I want to educate. That's a battle I want to be a part of. If you're going to call me names and you're going to say this and say that and talk about my past, am I really in the mood of doing that with you? I'll choose my battles. Well, sometimes I'm bored and I'll fight back just because. But that's just being me. But, you know, and I'll have moments where I'm like, you know what? Because also I don't want to sit there being afraid. Because, you know, in the past, generations have been scared to talk, scared to, and like you said, this generation is much more fearless because they have that opportunity to. So I guess I'm finding a balance of where I want to be outspoken. And
that is a good balance. Also in the social media space, have you figured out social media? Are you enjoying it? Are you using it just for work? Where are you?
I am very grateful to social media in so many ways, but I believe it's a love-hate relationship that will remain like this till the end of time.
But are you okay with putting yourself out there where people can comment and say what they want, they can approach you, they can DM you? Are you okay with the closeness that's become so close?
So Rohit, I think I nailed that perception of it. And I think this is it. I'm showing you what I want to. So really I have the power. I realize everyone thinks they have the power because I've been trolled really hell of a lot. And I realized I gave them that power. But then I realized, one second. This is my page. I'm showing you what I want. And some days it'll be great. Some days I'll just express myself hell a lot. And all of it is me. So if you want to comment, you want to make it trivial, you want to make it about something, you want to make it, you know, whatever. I'm saying that's your own narrative. But the only narrative that should matter is mine.
It's yours.
Because it's my page. So as soon as I took that control back, I realized, one second. See, imagine I was a person who was on social media trolling everybody. Like, Rohit, you look like this, you do this. Do you imagine how much pain I must be in? So hurt people. We've heard it all before. Sometimes I shower them with love and say, hey, I'm sending you a hug because probably what you need, you know? Also realize we have so much freedom and maybe they don't. And maybe that hurts them, you know? So I'm not saying that I'm going to pamper all of them, but I'm just saying that choose your battles again.
Choose your battles.
And take the power back.
Right, take the power back. No, that's a great way to look at it. Again, another thing that changed now is this boom of OTT, web series. One is, are you interested? Where will we see you? Anything in talks? Are you also a big consumer, firstly?
Okay, so yes, I am a big consumer. I love it.
Right.
I think it's opened up a whole new world for our industry and talent. And the misconception of boxes. We were all placed in boxes. She's a VJ, can she act? Can she do anything more? And do you know the funniest thing is, when I first became a VJ, the only question I would be like, would get was, so what next after VJing? Because they always looked at it as a stepping stone, not a career. And I'm like, no, but I love talking. Can't you tell? What do you mean? Because it was a full-fledged career. It's a lot of work. And to think on your feet and just talk.
Then say something.
Like, hello, it's really not that easy. But what I do love about OTT is opens up to so many people. People that thought maybe their career is over, people that want to renew their career, people that want to do something different, like me, who wants to do something different. I love acting, but I think the whole film industry was really intimidating at some point because you're a VJ, do I go, if you're on the top of something, do you want to be at the bottom of something else? It was always like this, oh my God, I don't know where to go. But with OTT, it was like, oh my God, now it's like you can discover and explore. So I go for auditions now. I'm really, really excited about it. I started doing acting courses. And the best part is I just did a Marathi film in London, which I enjoyed. Bap Manus, which I enjoyed thoroughly. And I realized, I really love doing this. This is so much fun. Because as real as you have to be as a VJ, you get to jump into characters here and be something completely different, which I'm obsessed with. And I also may have something to announce in March. But I will let you know.
Where will we get to see a Marathi film, and Bap Manus, where will it come? Can we watch it?
That's a really good question. I have no idea. But I do believe it will be on an OTT platform as well. But I'm not sure if it's a cinema release.
Great.
Hi, I'm Anusha Dandekar, and you are watching my interview on Bollywood Hungama with Rohit.
Thank you.